What's going on, guys? Just got done doing the main pack video with a big pack dump of everything that I'm going to be carrying to the Montana backcountry on my elk hunt. With today's video, I want to talk about specific items and specific kits that I'm carrying in the backcountry. So I think this one's a pretty good topic. I think I have this system down to where I want it. Hopefully I don't have to have most of what's in this kit, but today's video is going to be all about what I pack in my emergency kit for a backcountry elk hunt. Alright guys, just so that you can see exactly what I pack in here, I'm going to switch over to an overhead view. I'm going to move this camera over here in front of me. If it gets on your nerves, I'm sorry. I'm going to have it on top just where you can see these items a little bit better. Alright, so in my emergency kit, this is just a, what do they call them? VM Outdoors, just a VM Outdoors zipper bag. Let me go ahead and kind of get some of this stuff out while I talk about it. As you'll notice on this bag here, I've got written on it emergency kit, just so if somebody else needs to go through my bag, if Wayne needs to go through my bag, he can find what's where my emergency kit is. First and foremost, Garmin inReach Mini. I've got this thing activated. I keep it in my emergency kit. I keep my emergency kit where I can easily access it. So I keep these two together just in case something major happens. The only other time I'll need that is if I'm trying to let Kayla know we killed something, or if I'm just kind of reaching out to her to see how everything's going back home. Next item in this bag, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of spread some of this stuff out and make sure you can see it. Next item in this bag, an extra set of earplugs. I sleep with earplugs in the backcountry. I keep Tear-Aid, a little section of it. I'm gonna have to flip my hat around backwards. I keep hitting the camera. Some Tear-Aid. Also have some Gear-Aid tape. Pretty much it's the same thing. It's going to mainly be for patching holes in the tent or patching holes in my sleeping bag or my sleeping pad. Just got a few little pieces of that. Shouldn't need a whole lot. Another backup is I've got a square of duct tape that I've just kind of wrapped and taped together. You never can have too much tape. You never know. You may not need it, and you may need a lot of it. But duct tape's a nice and handy thing. If you have to, worst case scenario, you can always light it and use it as a fire starter. Another thing that I keep in this bag is some D-loop and drop-away cordage there for my bow, because this is kind of like my bow emergency kit as well as like my safety emergency kit. I also keep some serving material as well as some dental floss. And I've noticed that either one of those is a pretty universal item that you can use for whatever it may be. Fixing a piece of clothing or tying something off or whatever it may be. Dental floss can be used for quite a bit, and so can serving material. Another thing for the bow mainly, or for if you get a major cut or even fixing a pad, whatever it may be, I've got some super glue. That's just the Gorilla brand. One thing I'll tell you, especially if you're flying, make sure you carry an unopened bottle of it, because you will get where you're going, and from the pressurization of the airplane, these bottles like to bust. So I like to keep mine unopened, just a brand new bottle, and if I have to open it, it gets trashed once I get home or before I leave to come home, because I don't want my gear to have super glue all over it. Another thing in my pack, take his sticker off. Another thing in my emergency kit is a little Bic mini lighter. I just carry a mini one. My cook stove has its own little flint starter, a little clicker. But if that acts up, I can use a lighter. If I have to start a fire, I can use a lighter. I've got some of this, pyro putty, I think is what it is. I got a little can of that just in case we choose to start a fire and cook up that big old bull on the side of the mountain. Another safety thing, this is some quick clot gauze with some medical tape wrapped around it. And then just a handful of like a bigger set of bandages, more for like if anybody's having heel slip. The last time we were out there, Wayne had some pretty bad heel slip and he used a few of these Band-Aids. So I've got some bigger Band-Aids, and then I've also got some cloth and waterproof Band-Aids. These Band-Aids don't weigh much and they're surprisingly useful for a bunch of different things. I actually fixed a water bladder in 2019 with a Band-Aid and some super glue. I've also got just a little handful of butterfly bandages that I keep in there. Like I said, weigh just about nothing. And I've got an alcohol pad just in case I need to clean something off on my bow and reapply something mainly. It's not really as much for injury as it is for my bow. I've also got a piece of felt that I cut for my QAD integrate drop away for the launcher, just in case my felt gets ripped off or it wears out or whatever it may be. I've got a pre-cut piece. I slap it on there. It's exactly what I got my bow sighted into. So that little piece there is another little thing I've got in there for my bow. I've also got a battery for my optic on my pistol for bear defense, just in case. I may not even carry my pistol, but once again, this battery doesn't weigh a whole lot, so I pack that. Jock itch cream, that's another critical one. I got this from Brian Call. He talked about it on one of his podcasts, and that has came in handy, not for myself, but a buddy of mine needed it a couple years back, and of course he used just his finger. You know, I didn't let him double dip in the little butt crack cream, but I carry that with me just in case one of us gets a rash or starts having some issues in that area. I have a little bag with some extra reeds that I've already used and I know I like. These are the Phelps Amp reeds. I got several different ones in there. And then another alcohol wipe, so 2 alcohol wipes. And then lastly, I've got my little peel bag here. I have a really bad left knee that I've had several surgeries on, so this little peel bag has ibuprofen enough for every day for 15 days. I have Tylenol enough for every day for 15 days, and I have Excedrin for headaches. I don't think I have but about 7 or 8 days or 10 days worth of Excedrin. I don't tend to get migraines every day, but I do seem, for some reason, I think there may be sinus-driven migraines in the backcountry. And then I have some Benadryl just in case somebody that I'm hunting with is allergic to bees and gets stung by a bee. That's the main reason why I carry the Benadryl. Or if you're like me and you get bit by a black widow while you're deer hunting, you may need some Benadryl. But anyway, so that's the quick and dirty on what I've got in my medical kit, my emergency kit for the backcountry. Let's see, make sure you can see all that. There you go. Right there. That's what I carry. It's pretty light. Let me get a scale out real quick. I'll put all this back together. I'll get a scale and I'll weigh it for you. But it's a pretty light system. The Garmin inReach keeps me feeling pretty good. I'm hunting with my buddy, so may not need it, may need it, never know. It is going to be nice to get back in touch with my wife during the hunt. So let's get all this stuff packed back up, and I'll get a scale out and we'll weigh this stuff and see what it weighs. All right, so my total medical kit or emergency kit weighs 11.7 ounces. All right, guys, so pretty much that's what I carry when I'm in the backcountry. This is about the most extensive medical kit that I will have. It really doesn't matter if I'm going back deep or not deep. I'll have this in my bag. I carry this with me when I'm deer hunting. Some of the stuff may come out as far as like I won't really carry the inReach normally because I can get out. I'm not that far. But for the most part, this kit kind of stays with me on any of my hunts. 11.7 ounces is not too much for something that's going to keep you comfortable and hopefully help you stay out in the backcountry as long as possible. I know a lot of you guys like to carry tourniquets and things like that. I haven't carried one. I think, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, I doubt that I'll ever carry one unless I have some kind of major incident where I really need one. I have cordage, I have all kinds of stuff, and with exception of being attacked by a grizzly bear or whatever, where more than likely a tourniquet's not all you're going to need, I'll have a tourniquet in the truck. We can use a belt if we need to, but so far this kit has been more than enough for what I like to have in the backcountry, and I really don't care to carry a lot of extra weight in an emergency kit. If you have any comments, guys, if there's anything that you think I left out or that you would like to see about this kit, just comment down below and let me know. I'm always up for learning some new stuff, learning something new. If it's something that could save my life potentially or somebody else's life, comment, guys. This is definitely a topic that people need to talk more about because things do happen in the backcountry. I've been fortunate enough so far that nothing major has happened when I've been hunting, but it's always a chance. So anyways, guys, appreciate you watching. We're going to get on in the series, keep on pumping them out. And anyways, have good luck this season, guys. Remember to live your life to the fullest. Use your passions to bless others. We'll catch you on the next one.